done, we might, like, I mean, instead of just
Howdy.
saying,
Everyone in
we'll
town
play a
knows
good
about
game.
it.
hold on a second.
By the way, Zach.
Oh my god, because I'm
what we
hosting
saw?
Darkside Phil, it was briefly
Wait.
streaming TSP. Oh my god, because I'm hosting Darkside Phil, it was
Good.
briefly streaming TSP.
Oh
my god, because I'm hosting Darkside Phil, it was
Good.
briefly streaming TSP. Oh my god, because I'm hosting Darkside Phil.
Good.
But yeah, in terms of what I might have planned after this, I was thinking maybe if you wanted to, we could think of doing a review of the game. I was thinking.
It's bad.
Well, no, but I was thinking like, you know, you and me could talk through the game because we've said a lot of the issues, but like, and critiques of it, but they're all scattered across this playthrough.
If you want my opinions, you need to watch 12 hours of footage for them.
Actually, it's closer to
Fucking
30
lazy.
hours of footage.
Fucking lazy YouTube audience.
But there is definitely, like, I was thinking I'll do this stream, and then I'll do one more stream where I basically just have the game running on in background. It'd be kind of like it'll basically be like a background style. Well, given the fact we neither of us have webcams or are close to each other,
I have a
this will
webcam,
basically substitute for. Oh yes, well fuck me. But yeah, that would
You're-
substitute nicely for Excuse me, I'm just checking a couple things. Okay, so let's see. That's on Byzantium, that's on Byzantium, that's on Byzantium. Really wants to know what happened. That's Byzantium. Oh no, that's Groundbreaker. That's also Groundbreaker. And these are all Byzantium. So, yeah, I guess I'll be heading back to the Groundbreaker. But yeah, I was thinking, like, not today, but like when we actually have our information sorted, I was going to write down some notes and say what I thought of the game overall, go through it in a kind
The
of
Groundbreaker has approved our request for
more
docking,
rigid,
Captain.
structured
You're
way, if
free
that
to
makes sense.
disembark.
Let's see, I need to make sure I have certain armor because I have to model for Celeste. I have a Spacer's outfit, I have the mining gear. Should be fine.
Take someone to watch your back. Please.
But yeah, go through it in a more structured way. I've got a lot of things I want to say about the game, and I want them to be in a coherent manner because I think we always end up hyper-focusing on certain sections. So I was thinking have like a 10 minutes-ish of talk on each section. Probably just go through atmosphere, gameplay, and then story. So about 30 minutes, hopefully, on each section.
I mean, if you're where I think you are in the game, you have like another like 2.5 hours of gameplay at most. We probably have time to just do that at the end of the stream.
Yeah, but I want to get my thoughts in order, if that makes sense. 10,000?
Fucking script using ass.
Ultimate Bolter. This gun's cool. Is that a unique? It's not even a unique weapon. It just costs 10,000 credits. Holy shit.
Your unique weapon.
Thanks.
Rizzo's purple berry fudge. A salt sour candy shop.
I would buy you for 10,000 bits from a vending machine.
Awesome.
100.
Move along.
I really wish the NPCs in this game had more to say about my reputation. Like, they should be like, hey, it's you.
The only one.
Sublight
His
for life.
reputation doesn't
Corporations
matter
never
as a
lifted a finger
system,
for
and it's
me.
literally. I think you can.
Salvage is a family.
I feel like the only way you can get an actively bad reputation is if you just start shooting people for no reason.
And like just shooting and stealing and going out of the way to hyper antagonize the specific character. Like, I'm trying to antagonize the board and I'm not even getting that much up.
Hope you find some good.
Looks like I'm working for Sublight now.
Swell. Has anyone from HR given you the new employee talk?
Not yet. I didn't know we had a HR department.
I don't actually know. That answers for both questions. Here goes. Welcome to Sublight, where salvage runs thicker than blood. We're still trying out new slogans.
Glad to be part of the family, I guess.
Glad to have you on board.
What happened to the last contract?
No, I didn't.
You sure you did when you told me you were grateful to have me on board?
Oh, that. Just stay on Miss Lilia's good side. Stealing office supplies is a good way to end up as salvage, if you know what I mean.
We wouldn't do that.
Knew you were a smart guy.
Do you handle any legitimate business?
That's a good question. Yes? Yes, that sounds right.
I should go.
Is it done?
I spoke to Chartrand. I cannot kill her.
Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry and disappointed. I'll add that to your file. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our species, or are we finished here?
We'll be right back.
You misunderstood Chartrand's research. She's our best shot at survival in Halcyon.
You're awfully quick to trust someone who offed her colleagues and called it a good start. Out of my office.
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger?
What a surprise. Seems we're no longer wanted here.
Oh no. That was expecting worse than that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is like something I'm probably going to mention in the views, that there was a serious lack of repercussion.
Crew members,
I never
Ellie
felt
and
really
Max
pushed
are
to make a
engaged
choice,
in
and there's
heated
very few
discussion in the
times where
kitchen.
I felt like it was really earned to have to side between two factions, like had to compromise choices or really sacrifice or go out of my way to do things. I guess you could argue I had to do a lot of side quests to get MSI and Iconoclast to work together, but even so, it was like nothing was really lost. It was just slightly
This is
longer.
my favorite room. It's so spacious.
Anyway,
All right.
for another time.
She's on her way.
You look terrific.
Oh, my hands have finally stopped shaking.
Probably not the
All
best
right,
phones.
all right. Deep breath. Here I go.
On standby for command.
Hey, Cap.
Saw the Raptidon in your room.
Oh, that's just Frida. She's the first rapt I ever killed.
How long ago was this?
It had been when I was a kid, so something on the order of 20 years. My parents were very proud.
20?
Oh, sure. Once in a while I've got to bury her and come back later. She's a big girl. Tough to lug around.
Right. Well, thanks for the story.
Anytime, Cap.
Anyhow, so I told him, Dad, I'm a big girl now. I don't need your help. I can do it on my lonesome.
What did he say to that?
Have at it.
Is that the whole quest?
Then.
Okay.
And he handed me his favorite wrench, the one he used for the canner. He was probably half as tall as I was.
He didn't scold you for talking back to him?
Nah, he was never like that. I always thought it was funny when I get indignant about something. Then he'd watch me do whatever it was, make sure I didn't get hurt, but he'd never interfere. I learned a lot that way.
I wish I could have met him. Anyone who helped shape you must have been a special person.
Fancy.
My father and I were often at loggerheads. He had notions of how the station should be run, and I had others.
That was actually an enjoyable quest because a lot of it was just non-combat, running some errands, talking my way out of having to pay for stuff. There really needs to be less combat quests in the game. But
Please
that's
avoid
just-
damaging yourself or others while you are out.
Oh, can't take you with me, can they? Felix might be good to take because I want to do that Odeon Pictures thing, and I think he's the persuasion. The thing is, I don't really need help doing persuasion. God damn.
Some crew members.
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating it. You...
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control here, Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life, and you're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten cell tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hips square. Lean forward a little. It's just equipment, and you're just an engineer using it.
Ah!
Okay. We'll try again later. You'll get it. I promise.
See, that's a nice bit of character development. She's treating this crew like a new family and teaching Parvati how to shoot. It's nice.
Okay, Captain, she's gone.
Did it go well?
I'm near about vibrating. I'm so excited. So she got here, and, well, she sneezed. She said, "Wow, new soap?" And I was like, "Yeah, rosish." Turns out it tickled her nose. Oops.
My
And
bad.
then she just sort of touched my arm real gentle-like and called the cut of my outfit elegant. I couldn't hear the rest on account of my heart was beating so hard. Then I led her into the kitchen. I think she about cried when she saw the spread.
So you laid out the meal, brought her in, start the music.
She stood stock still and just said, "Oh, real soft." Oh, and let me tell you, I was sweating. And then she blinked and said, "Is that dustback casserole?" I told her how we got Mr. Raymond to bake it for us, so it was double authentic. Made by a real live monarch person.
Okay, so how was the dessert?
Well, we talked a bunch over dinner about the things we learned just through messages, stuff we repaired, how I taught her to salvage and she taught me to build. When I brung out the sweetheart cakes, June, she got a little teary, said she had a thing she needed to say. But I stopped her because I wanted to say it first. I never felt so bold, Captain.
Unusually forward.
One of us has got to be. We're both... June's so reserved and I'm so shy. I worried if I never said anything, nothing would ever get said, you know? I told her about how she made me feel. Bold like I acted. Strong. Smarter and kinder than I am on my lonesome. I listed all the things I liked about her. And then she pulled out a paper and read a speech. She talked about the things she admired about me, like my cleverness and my humor, and how it made her want to be more open.
She wrote a speech to declare love?
She was worried she wouldn't get the words out right, especially after that message about Isabel. It's sweet. Anyhow, when she wrapped up, I asked her to be my girlfriend. And Captain, she said yes! And then she sneezed again, on account of the flowery soap.
What about your, disinterest in physical affection?
We talked about it some. I told her I wasn't sure how it'd work, how I've had a bad time of it in the past. She said we'll take it as it comes. Fix things together. Share meals, talk. Maybe she could rub my shoulders when they're sore. I said I might like that.
I knew I liked it.
You got an eye for people, Captain. It's all on your account, you know. Imagine if you'd never taken me out of Edgewater. I'd have never met Junlei at all. I don't know nothing about the Vickers capital P plan, but you've sure changed my life. So, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna head to my cabin and happy scream into my pillow for like an hour.
Damn, that leveled me up. Feels good to level up with something worth doing once. Well, let's see. Next attack. Reducing armor rating would be good, especially going into the final battle. To reduce enemy armor would be, can stack up to -10. Make my enemies less powerful, so it's good. Now, persuasion obviously needs no, doing. Ignoring armor would be beautiful. Not sure if I can get to it. I guess level 30 is the end, but like, at least where my XP is going. I mean, I don't know how many quests are left, but alright, let's do these. And then I'll attend the audition. So the audition, I'll probably want, let me think. Ellie gives me medicine line engineering. Felix gives me persuade, sneak and lockpick. Parvati gives me engineering, persuade, lockpick. Nyoka gives me so I'll probably take Vicar Max because he has intimidate, hack, and science. It is neat that Byzantium is on Terra 2. It gives Terra 2 a nice.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
So many iconoclasts on it. Should change the armor up a bit. Alright, these two are probably good for this quest. I really like Felix's armor. I might change someone else's. The sublight armor is a really nice design. It feels really different from everything else. Because a lot of the armor either has this like, well, they all kind of have this industrial or sleek industrial look to them. There's not too much difference.
That's what we really need, you know?
More of you standing in my light?
A repair drone that repairs itself. Like, an auto repair drone.
Really happy actually. I've only maybe had to kill marauders, tons of enemies. I don't believe I've actually ever had to kill anyone outside of that.
That's the
So I'm
last
happy
of
with
them.
my playthrough.
Finally. Is it just me, or are we getting more and more retirees lately?
Not just you. Felt like a damn factory worker these last few months. Oh well. Nothing a few drinks won't cure. Come on, let's go hit up Bijou's.
Nah, they're closed. Someone saw us spracking there.
Bijou's too? Damn. What's this city coming to?
Oh. Totally not the loading screen. Teen to lead Halcyons and even better tomorrow. There's a kind of weird Maoist aesthetic to these. Am I in the wrong spot? That was weird. Weird Maoist aesthetic to this corporal propaganda.
Anti-Creole energizing ointment. Enjoy 6 cups worth of concentrated.
Oh yes, new armors. Hope that Space's choice up for work, because I really don't have another option. need this stuff.
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
Oh, just you wait. Maybe something will.
I love Byzantium.
I can't wait to... What can...
Why is this find spaces?
If I were an ent...
Okay, so this isn't Spaces Gear, even though it's a bona fide space. Okay, well, we'll try the V-Book.
I can't... What can...
How do I model? This is more water gear. I guess I need the helmet on too.
Oh, how grotesque. I always suspected the dramas did no justice to real marauders. One outfit left.
Oh shit, I'm gonna have to go to the ground break and get some armor. Kinda wish I did that before now. At least I can get rid of this crap. Wait a minute. This is Spaces Gear. There we go.
Like a star, darling. Square your shoulders. Hand on your hip. Eyebrow cocked. Yes. Perfect. My heart is all aflutter. Yes, that's it. I have it. I know exactly what we're doing. Brace yourself, my dear. We're going to call this style...
That'd be nice.
Barbarian chic. The saucy confidence of a spacer. The raw contempt of an iconoclast. The brutish musk of a marauder. And the pièce de résistance. Monster
I don't like where this is going.
leather. 1 part Mantiqueen chitin, 3 parts hide from a raptidon's
shit.
flank.
Are you kidding me?
And let's say, oh,
Expecting a simple model.
we're revolution.
This better be worth the risk.
We're get this done for me, and I'll have.
Primals, Raptidons, blah, 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 blah. This quest just got a lot worse. It went from charming, nice way to encourage you to appreciate the outfits in the game to, hey, go hunt these monsters. You're hunting all the fucking time. I mean, my god. Let's do. Primal lever? No, let's go to Scylla. That's more fun.
Destination reached. Scylla.
God, and it's gonna weigh so much as well. That was a lot of money. No, thank you. This quest is really a pain in the ass. Like, I've more than got all of these ingredients multiple fucking times, and I immediately saw them to junk.
Crew report. Ioka is drunk.
Like, this is a quest that I might as well, like, when I start the game, just go, oh yeah, I need these items for the quest, and just put all of this stuff in a bag
Destination
for this
reached.
quest. It is
Scylla.
not. It is quest, like, I don't know. On one hand, I do always appreciate a quest that is like, hey, go get these really cool materials to craft an item, and it really reminds you of, like, you know, good old-fashioned tabletop RPGs. Of course, when I think of these kind of quests, I think more of like Dragon Age Origins, and what's good about Dragon Age Origins, you know, go get the core material quest, was that the quest was, you know, to hunt the dragon, which is the very tough optional boss that's on Andraste's Peak. So, you know, there's definitely a genuine appreciation. So there's definite genuine appreciation for, like, when you get it, you know, there's like, wow, that was really tough, and I'm gonna get some really, really good armor out of it, and it's super worth it. On the other hand, Primals, Mantiqueens, Raptidons, I mean, again, we keep running into a similar problem here, which is I really have slaughtered my way through these creatures.
System
Maybe not in
performing
the
it.
dozens, but like...
Going all right?
Maybe not in the hundreds, but definitely in the dozens and dozens and dozens, and it's just like... Wait, do I need Primal Hide or Primal Level? Again, it's cool to go hunt a dragon. Hunting this thing, on the other hand, is like... boring. Okay, I don't need Primal Hide. I just need Primal Lever.
Now that was fun!
I don't think I've been back here. Looks like there's a lot of primals. That enemy AI is really annoying. It's like... really not...
You're going down! I'll take your confession now!
Everyone all right?
Mantiqueen Titan, I mean, again, fine, sure. It's just going back to Monarch, and these kind of quests just kind of reveal how lacking the enemy variety is. It just doesn't...
Crew
feel
members
good.
Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Oh, what's that?
Hey, Max. Felix said you're acting crazy, saying we don't exist or something. He's just confused, right?
He may be confused, but that doesn't mean I'm not insane.
See, I'm all for chemical recreation. But you've been saying strange things ever since you did those...
too much of this armor, to be honest. Lots of variation.
Drugs at the Hermit?
Like the realization that our perception of self is akin to an optical illusion.
Now I can't tell if he's
Okay, I'm back.
So I did the outfit modeling quest to like do all the outfits models, and now I have to go collect like pieces of chitin and leather from like all the enemies that I fought so far in the game, and it's so weird because it's just like
Go back
I
to all
complain
these
about how the little
locations
variety
twice.
the game has to offer in some of these fields, and then hey. And then it's like, hey, you know what would be fun to do? And it's like, oh no.
Go through all these fields and fight the same 3 enemies, because there's like 3 of them. But yeah, this is what I was saying when I was like, the Byzantium has like some of the quests in Byzantium are good,
Sometimes
but a
I
lot
can
of them
hear
are
Victor
just,
saying prayer.
hey,
Go back to other planets.
Go everywhere you've been before.
Oh, you mean
because,
Sam? He's just the sweetest
we need to
thing.
stretch this
A
game
real
out.
charmer, my dad'd say.
Have you given Sam a nickname yet?
Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without them giving you the okay first, you know? Of course, that don't stop Felix.
But yeah, it's like, what you get me to like probably the most impressive looking area in the whole game, and then the first thing they do is like give me a bunch of quests that are like go back, and it's like baffling. Okay, they'll be back to the
We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
I feel like they ran out of dev time and they didn't do like, because like Ellie's quest starts here, you go to one place and it's over.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even a quest really.
Yeah.
Well, like Pravati and Vicar Max, you go all the way across. Like their quest basically starts in the starting area and continues the whole game.
Yeah, it's very natural. Like Vicar Max's quest ends around Monarch, and Parvati's like needs to go all the way to Byzantium. They both feel like quests that thoroughly explore the environment.
Vic, you're starchier than a Spectrum potato.
And then
You've
it's
got a
like
mean left hook.
Felix is like, hey, I know this dude on an asteroid. Let's go meet him. Okay, go back to the Emerald Vale. Okay.
They are simplicity personified, aren't they?
Forget I said anything. Let's just move on.
And I was like, hey, go kill Raptidons. And it's like, no, you know what the trouble is about finding, like, you know what the actual trouble of this mission is going to be? Finding places where I haven't already killed Raptidons by the dozen and Manticore. Like, I need to go find a location where I haven't butchered all of them repeatedly.
I mean, they'll respawn.
I know they will respawn, but it's still like... It's still like I'm basically getting stuff that I was already getting all the time. And it's not like they're hard enemies to kill, like I was saying before. Like Dragon Age Origins, I don't mind doing the collect materials to get cool armor, because the cool material is, you know, dragon hide, which is actually difficult to get, or like, you know, when you have to kill the drakes.
Yeah.
It's like I don't mind doing it then because it's how many pieces do I need? 3. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't mind it because they're rare enemies and they're fun to like encounter and they're not easy to kill. There's actually a certain amount of like difficulty. Like the dragon is the difficult obstacle boss in the game. Having that kind of mission gives me the purpose to do it. Oh god. And it's like the problem here I'm having is that it's like, honestly, Raptophobia, no thank you. I'm honestly kind of like at a loss for like a reasoning why these enemies are thrown in my face so often, because like they're not scary or impressive to fight anymore. I don't really feel like there's a lot of quests that are like feel like a badass hunter, but it's like I don't
I'm
feel
not
like
hunting anything badass. I'm fighting the same shit I killed walking over here to accept the quest.
like, don't get me wrong, Primals, Raptidons, and Mantiqueens themselves, they're all nicely designed. I like the way they look, I like the way they fight. But when that's all they have, they don't feel like... Like, let's say this was Fallout, right? Let's say they were going, okay, I need you to hunt some Deathclaw hide to make this, like, cool, like, to make, like, the gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
Well, for a start, it's not even a quest, it's just something you can do, which is nice. Second of all, it is... Oh, Mantiqueen's right here.
Here I come! May you find peace in death!
I do like how Vicar Max's lines of his have changed.
Yes, they do. They do change.
That's very nice. And another way in how his quest feels like his personal quest feels a lot more important.
It feels like something that had effort put into it and development time and was finished.
Yeah, because like honestly, like I'm hearing his new lines, I'm like, that's really neat. I actually changed his personality. He did really well in like the Infinity Discovery.
Also, that's the other thing is that he is basically the only character with a personal quest that changes them in a significant way.
Yeah, like even Parvati doesn't have that. Although I will say I do like Parvati's quest. It's fun.
I mean, she gets more. I mean, like her quest is good. I liked Parvati's quest.
No, I do like it. It's just not as changing as it could have been. Like Fallout has
it doesn't need to be super changing.
Yeah.
But also,
Felix and Parvati discussing the latest.
Felix and Ellie's quests are boring and also not changing.
Felix's quest is more interesting than Ellie's.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
It's about him standing up to the authorities that he thought were on his side, which I kind of like. I just wish there more happened with it. It is kind of weird that, like, you confront him with the evidence that he's alive and his reaction is just to shoot you, and it's like there's no way to talk him out of it, it seems like.
Yeah.
Like, it really feels like there should have been... Like, it really feels like... Wow, I don't get the sense that you people were lifelong friends because you're very casual about just killing him now that it's convenient. Which I guess is part of, like, saying that he's a skeezy character, but it still feels very unnatural.
Well, he lied to me, so I shot him. Also, the massive focus on combat in this game isn't helped by the fact that the combat is very, very easy.
Yeah, I'm playing it on hard, and honestly, like, I have 113 Adrenos, and I've used more of them on accident than I have, like, because I needed them, so that, you know, again, I'm glad that you said to me to play on hard, because, would not have been wise to have done otherwise. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish this quest.
What can I do for you,
Can I get a
darling?
unique item? I hope so. I got all the materials you need.
I've been thinking of a name for this new outfit. Chimera. Crafted from the hides of 3
Chimera's
species
good.
of monster. While you were gone, I put in an order for one of my bespoke lapels. Solid gold, diamond encrusted. If it doesn't have one of my lapels, it's not a Jolicoeur original. Those slackwits at HPS are holding my parcel while they wait for a signature. Bureaucracy is so utterly insufferable.
You're asking a lot from me.
Understatement of the year, darling. Believe me, I'm every bit as frustrated
Well,
as you
as long
are.
as you understand. I'll get you that parcel because
Wonderful.
frankly...
I'm giving you authorization to retrieve this parcel on my behalf.
Frankly, the prospect of having to deal with the bureaucracy in this, in the Halcyon colony system is more interesting to me than having to hunt monsters. Like, I think it will be... I at least hope it will be funny and interesting. Killing monsters I can do in any game. Talking my way through bureaucracy is something that's a bit more unique to this game. I've come in through the wrong side.
Yeah, but you can't just make... Yeah, but, like, that requires effort, and you can't just go... go kill
Burning the midnight
monsters
oil,
on
are we?
different planets.
The Halcyon Parcel Service's work is never done. How may I be of assistance?
Celeste Jolicoeur sent me. I'm here to sign for a parcel. I said
If you would like to sign for a parcel, please go to window B.
Okay. Window B. So that be you.
Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service, where all parcels are guaranteed to be delivered within acceptable margins of certainty. How may I be of assistance?
I'm here to collect a parcel.
Let me just look that up for you. It appears that a parcel for Ms. Jolicoeur, Celeste is currently out for delivery.
I was told the parcel was being held here.
It was, and now it's being delivered.
Delivery where?
Let me see here. A parcel for Jolicoeur, Celeste is being delivered to 316 Rockwell in the Byzantium Estates.
I'll be on my way.
Thank you for allowing HPS to be your only option today.
You're welcome.
As you were.
I'll sue every technician and...
So, is there anything you'd like to talk about, Biggs?
This about me ending up in the wrong bunk? Because I swear I wasn't that drunk. The hallway's disorienting.
That's not what I just wanted you to know that I'm here in case there's anything I can help you with.
Also, I am really sorry about your floor.
Forget I broached the topic. Let's just pretend last night didn't happen.
Shit.
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
We are unable to deliver your parcels requested. Resumed HPS building 533 Eridanos Tower 1 684 Scylla. Oh, do not tell me. Do not.
Oh, for the good old days when you could simply ask them.
My dear friend.
Halcyon Parcel Service is how many?
Yeah, I got this notice to pick up a parcel.
I must respectfully ask that you calm down, please. Parcels must be picked up
I'm
at
not
window
yelling.
A.
Fine, I'll go back to window A.
How may I be of assistance?
I'm here to pick up a parcel.
Of course. If you could just verify for me that you are Jolicoeur, Celeste, or an officially authorized
I
proxy.
am an officially authorized proxy. I'm obviously one of Celeste's models. I mean, wait, no. I just have the
Everything
authorization code.
seems
That's
to be
fine.
in order. Here you are, one parcel. I hope this has been a pleasant and satisfying transaction.
Not as great as it could have been, but that was better than going all around the colony.
I tell you what.
Spacer's choice.
I love Byzantium.
Oh. She's dead?
Hey, careful. Don't go running around in the middle of a crime scene.
What happened?
You mean Ms. Jolicoeur?
God of Ligma.
She was reported for practicing a subversive aesthetic. We found her in her office, working on something perverse. She didn't cooperate, so we had to put her down. Never took her for a dissident sympathizer.
You killed her for...
No argument there.
That's
Feels like the
insane.
whole colony's going insane. What with dissidents infiltrating the walls of Byzantium, Byzantium cultural standards are enforced by Universal Defense Logistics. Universal Defense Logistics. Your first and last line of defense in the war against sedition.
Excuse me. Now what do I do? Alright, let's see my new outfit. Wait, this has 53 armor? And it's light?
Yeah, it's leveled.
Oh, that's dope. That's actually pretty cool. It's a fashionable suit and it has 53 armor. I think I will save that for a friend back on the ship.
So what if all those MSI suits made it on Monarch this whole time? I could do it. Easy.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square?
You, sir, are a fabulous negotiator.
Oh, it's you. I suppose you're here to collect your prize. I really do have the worst luck. When I gave you this job, I never expected you'd be so damned competent.
You're welcome. That's me, damned competent.
Yes, go on and gloat. You've already ruined all my plans with your talent for staying alive. The tour's not real, friend. Board shut it down years ago due to unacceptably high rates of fatalities.
Well, yeah.
So I
all the
greased a
places
few
you sent me
palms
to
and got
were
the tour
like
up and running
comically
again.
Bad.
I outfitted every beacon with a recording device. Live footage of dim-witted mercenaries dying in gruesome ways across Halcyon. Oh, imagine the ratings.
Tried to get me killed? Are you crazy?
Oh, come on. I would have made your death worth millions. Look, never mind. Just take your reward and get out of my hair. One certified explorer's hat, courtesy of the Bureau of Exploration, with my compliments. Hey!
I actually have even more board reputation. The board are now mixed. Even though I'm working to undermine them, they're overall just mixed.
Yeah, because they're stupid. And the reputation system could have been not even included in this game.
Honestly, the only thing that's given me so far is a discount. Like, maybe the dialogue's been changing a bit, but other than that, yeah.
Afraid I can't come down anymore, my...
I think we can both agree that
Alright, with the three of us, persuasion, lying, and intimidation, I should be able to ace this audition.
You gonna do this? Hold on. Gotta fix my hair.
Do not encourage him.
I like all the banter between party members. That's pretty good.
Great! You made it! Listen, I know you're expecting a script, but you're the real deal.
Got it.
We gave the other actors a
I come up with that.
See, now go.
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this Settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value, but now with added filler, are ours. With their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable.
Joke's on you, idiot. Those crates are just decoys.
They are? What an unexpected twist. You may have fooled me for now, but not for long.
Am I in the shot? Hang on. I'm gonna give him the old millstone glare.
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? The Battle of Axajax, staring one another down across the void of space while flaming debris fell like rain around us.
What of it?
What indeed? I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a Hammersmith limited edition grenade launcher.
Wow, you got a real limited edition? With 10% more ammo for 12% more carnage?
Quit upstaging me! I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for vengeance has come!
You ran like a coward then, and you'll run now if you know what's good for you.
I just got chills. But still, you'll not stop me now. I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon transistors. Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field, and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vaporized plasma.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Oh, but there's nothing you can do. I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers, because this is the end for you.
Let's see you try.
Line.
Okay, let's see.
To the break room, everyone. I need my Moab fizzy tea.
Cut! That was fantastic.
Okay, perfect. I did it.
You. Who needs writers? Let's take 5.
I want to continue.
That was brilliant stuff. Do you write your own material?
You bet.
Amazing. Just firm up that jawline, and you'll be a triple threat. I'm gonna have to fire the writing staff. What do those anemic fuckwits know about dialogue anyway?
Fuckwits.
I'm thinking a whole new script. More pirates, bigger explosions, you flicking a Stogie Slim into a barrel of gasoline. Marketing says that kind of action sells tickets. Here, this is for your work today. I'll be in touch once we get that script.
Oh, it's just the same outcome. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting like a whole cinematic journey quest. That would have been fun.
Yeah, it would have been.
Why are like the more interesting quests half the time they're like the ones that are like the tiny tasks than the ones that are like...
This is a multi-stage quest where you go back to the Emerald fucking Vale again.
There's a lot of back and forth and it's really not necessary or earned.
It's filler, cause they made a short.
This game could be a solid 10 hours shorter.
No, if you make a short, well-crafted experience, then some guy on it will go, well, I didn't get 70 hours out of it, bad game.
That's like a 20 hours, that's like a ratio of $3 per hour. That's outrageous.
It's outrageous. My cost to value ratio. No.
I judge experiences mathematically.
I know a guy who knows.
Because I'm
I
stupid.
have no friends, so...
Hi, kitty. Alright. Winning access to this area is restricted. Shut up. Don't care, didn't ask.
Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center. You, the lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium. you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture's deluxe Falscowood collection. Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological damage, or divorce litigations that occur during the assembly process.
Divorce litigation.
After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our many restaurants, like CNP's Blazing Borscht Barbecue or Rizzo's All-You-Can-Crunch Cereal Buffet? Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold Zero-G Brew by Spacer's Choice. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you, although in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay.
Wow.
Courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. You won't have to spend a bit. So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our vending machines, and enjoy our specially constructed welcome center. While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall and leave your troubles behind. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today is the first day of your early retirement. Congratulations. Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement.
Early retirement fun fact. Okay, so one's over here. You're special. Each month, hundreds of thousands of workers apply to the early retirement program. Those that doesn't just include workers, but those who live on the ground, Baker, or Hephaestus as well. Even after weeding out undesirable or unqualified candidates, only 2.3% of these entrants are selected for early retirement. I sure hope you bragged to your neighbors before you left. Way to overcome the odds,
the lucky few, have been selected.
What?
Here's how it works. Each candidate's name is printed in a plastic ball. The plastic ball is placed on an advanced turbo encabulator with thousands of others. I guess it's like Roll20's quantum mechanics. A team of advanced automechanicals operate a complex series of pulleys at random. The balls are funneled through the turbo encabulator into an insulvositor tube. They are then launched at a specially designed accuracy matrix. The first ball that aligns with the center of the accuracy matrix is the winner for the day. By using this method, the Halcyon Holdings Corporation ensures that all early retirees are selected with complete impartiality.
Spend the rest of your days living the high life.
Minimum collateral damage.
Wonderful time completing your early retirement application forms. Even we know that something like paperwork can get a little old after 87 pages. Fortunately, we're pleased to inform you that your hard work was all worth it. By knowing details like your shoe size, blood type, dental history, we can properly customize your early retirement just for you. Every detail will be tweaked and adjusted to fit your unique needs. Just like how Hammersmith weapons are built to fit each customer's personal style of combat.
In your own private district.
The Early Retirement Center is the safest place in the entire system thanks to the hard work and the men and women in black and white. Universal Defense Logistics. Each and every day, UDL Security protects the citizens of Byzantium, shielding them from harm. No dissidents run wild under their watch. So rest easy, early retirees. You're under the watchful eye of UDL Security. Whether you're out and about or relaxing at home, UDL is watching.
In Byzantium.
Automechanicals make your life easier, cleaner, blah blah blah. Order a drink, bring one right to you, make a mess in your penthouse, clean up for you. 700 pounds of steel lumbering towards you.
When you arrive, you'll be
endorsed personally by Chairman Charles Rockwell, Minister Clark and Chairman Rockwell share a vision that every working Halcyon has a fair chance to experience the beauty and luxury of Byzantium. Remember to say thank you, Minister Clark. We wouldn't be here without
your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture's.
I have to consent to this. Refer to the employee. HHC Early Retirement Center employee confirms the read and understand the rules of the center written in Article 3, Section 5, Clause 27 of the Early Retirement Welcome Packet. Likely to enter death, blah blah blah. Injury will assume liability. Retrieve them in 48 hours if the center recovers stolen goods. Second thoughts are living at the rest. Exit the terminal, return to center's landing bay. Turn in that early retirement ticket. Wait the next outbound transport. Take a load of its waste. Ready to begin. I consent.
Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological damage, or divorce litigations that occur during the assembly process.
I actually do like the little bit of lore you get at the end of the sublight quest that says that, like, hey, half of the UDL's military is just gone.
Hey.
And also Also, the colony is slowly dying because it's actually very difficult to get the nutrients required for human. Oh my god! Oh my god!
What?
Unexpected noise beginning security control.
Not a marvel the things humans can bring to life, all for the sake of destruction.
Well, that's fucked up.
What?
Massacring people who come down here. But for what purpose?
Own the lamps.
Let's say hypothetically that instead of retiring you, we just killed you. Wouldn't that hypothetically be a better use of resources? And that is why communism, while efficient, kills people. Because when you go to retire, you will be killed.
Because you are no longer efficient. And Chairman Mao
That's how it
will
works.
say, haha, dead boy.
I wonder if the gods even know this is where it goes.
Probably.
I mean, it's hypothetical they're not allowed in here.
They probably know.
Disable Ultimax, that's a little late for that. But I wouldn't mind disabling them anyway. Unseal. Oh. Okay, no, it was super worth it to disable these things.
Processing beginning.
You're an artist, Captain.
I mean, if they come back to life, I get to kill them again, so it's not the worst. You know, I weirdly expected it to be a big slaughterhouse room. I don't know why I was expecting otherwise in some ways.
It was pretty predictable.
Let's get out of here.
Out with it, you wretched contraption! Does nothing in this...
How does it feel?
How does one feel?
Serving an instrument of corporate supremacy.
No, I wouldn't know. I've given up my days of being a cog in the machine of oppression.
Someone's telling me I'm being mocked right now.
I've given that up as well, Mr. Millstone.
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see? I must admit, I'm getting a certain thrill out of our little arrangement. If this goes well, perhaps I'll start hiring wandering delinquents to handle all of my affairs.
Surprisingly effective.
It is going well, I hope.
It's a kill room.
What? You mean it's just a sham they perpetuate so they can dispose of the rabble?
You're gonna say it's great, aren't you?
That's brilliant. To take the most burdensome members of our society and simply remove them. Oh, I'll never doubt the wisdom of the board again. Why, I had no reason to be envious at all.
I really should have expected this reaction.
And how else would I react? A vagrant such as yourself couldn't possibly appreciate the emotional burden this news has lifted from my shoulders. But regardless of your ignorance, I promised you a fee for your services.
Forget it. I wouldn't feel right to get paid for something like this.
What, because of the violence? They were just auto mechanicals. But suit yourself, in any event, while I'm deeply grateful for the peace of mind you've brought me, I will need some solitude to fully bask in it.
I wonder.
Ah.
Still in a good mood, I see.
Of course I am. I deserve the very best our society has to offer.
And all those people being killed doesn't bother you at all.
Why would I waste energy being upset over deaths I didn't even know about? And why would the board waste resources on those who aren't productive? Now, do we have a...
Here I come. Your life was merely an illusion anyway.
Vic and Max's new lines are just great. Alright, how much that I think I got all the bloodlust out of my system. How much reputation did I lose? Current status, scared. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, I think it's all out of my system now. At least I know there's no level scaling, because killing those bad guys was really easy.
Watch out, Captain!
Wait, I don't have an ID for... I'm gonna get an ID for the board for... Oh, you know what? I already have the key. Let's just get in.
This property is off limits. So this ultimatum brought to you by...
I'm here for Minister Clark.
That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors. And you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPF.
Sure I am.
Sure you are.
Excuse me, I'll be right back. You know, I do like that there's a non-lethal, non-stealth way to get into the minister's place.
Many. Of which do you speak?
You tell me. Ever since you went in your drug ban, we had no problems. You got boring, Max.
Your mind yearns for a problem to solve. I can offer you one to ponder if you like.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Consider this problem, Felix. Who were you before you were born?
Gosh, Max, I reckon that's between Mr. and Mrs. Millstone, whoever they were.
Contemplate the question with care, young man. You may find a pearl of wisdom hidden within.
I love Victor Max's new dialogue. It's really great. He's like completely the opposite of what he was.
How may I be of assistance?
Yeah, he's a good boy.
And it's very natural as well. Do you have a parcel waiting for Clark?
We do, in fact, have a parcel here for a Mr. Clark.
I'm here to pick it up.
You're not an official member of the Halcyon Parcel Service Team.
I will sign a release form.
Oh, I'd have to submit a request for a release form, and then wait for a receipt for my request of a release form.
How long does that take?
Couldn't say. We've got a backlog, and I'm planning on retiring in the next 35 years, but I could give my successor a memo on your behalf.
You're kidding me.
You're welcome to lodge a complaint in our suggestion box. Actually, no. We're still waiting on our delivery of a new suggestion box.
The minister's here in Byzantium. I'll make the delivery and you're free to take the credit.
You do that? Wow. Hey, you know, a positive review from the minister would go a long way in my semi-monthly employment audit. Here's your parcel.
That was easy. Impersonating an important member of the community for my own game.
For everyone's game.
The perfect crime. No one would ever suspect someone useful would be in Byzantium.
You, sir, are
Spacer's choice is part of its song.
The best find this
Hey, Vic. Got a good one for you.
I am certain you do, Mr. Millstone. Please proceed.
Could the Grand Architect make a Borst pocket so big even he couldn't eat it?
Well, then, that's what
Believe it or not, we spent many hours arguing questions as ridiculous as that in my seminary days.
Uh-huh. Keep talking, Vic. I know when I got you beat.
There's nothing to see here.
You know, that's just the sort of thing folks say when they're trying to hide something.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
Delivery for the minister.
Yeah?
Parcel's right here.
Looks like your papers are in order. All right. Go on through.
Thank you for your time. Right, no looting, no fuss, just getting in.
So what if all those MSI suits made it on Monarch this whole time?
Move along.
Steel book. Maybe later.
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister fella.
Minister Clark,
what a remarkable honor it is to meet you.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes.
Fuck off.
I'm not doing any more.
Seems like we got off on the wrong foot.
Have I not made... Slowly and loudly, Aloysius, that's the only way these morons understand anything. I said, you may tell Charles to go fuck himself.
Calm down and instead to ask you some
Then
questions.
you're not part of Rockwell's PR team. That means you're a dissident?
Finally! High time we got the recognition we deserve.
No.
And so affable. Why,
No.
you're nothing like the crazed hooligans the board loves to caricature. But what are you doing here? And how did you get in?
You think I'm a dissident?
My friend, the slightest demonstration of independent thought or action renders one a dissident in the board's rather expansive definition of the term. Which is why I'm dying to know what brought you here.
Alright then. I'm looking for some methyl sulfoxide.
Drugs, of course. What else? Why did I get my hopes up? Back to... I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
What is this system coming to when even the Earth Minister is disillusioned beyond hope?
Will that be all then?
I have records proving you've been hoarding the methyl sulfoxide.
Oh dear, Of course. It's Rockwell again. Who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way.
You mean Chairman Rockwell's locks you up in it?
You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
He's attempting to game the system, but he won't be able to get away with it forever. Eventually, Rockwell's house of cards will topple.
I dearly hope so, and you might be part of the equation. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it.
Why would he go through all the trouble?
How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters.
If by look for details he means knock things about and take what we like, count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
Captain, we must investigate Rockwell. An injustice like this cannot go unchecked.
Indeed, it cannot. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter.
HHC...
Halcyon
HHC
Holdings Corporation. Allegedly in partnership with the Earth Directorate and appointed Minister of Earth.
Well, I'm glad to have someone else on my side.
I dearly hope I'm not imagining this. Now, we've got to get into the HHC. That's in the Acropolis District, along with the other major corporate and government facilities. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels.
Tunnel sounds good. I prefer quiet approach, but what happens when I get in the district?
When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are.
What used to be your office?
Oh, I haven't been allowed up there in years. A gilded minibar, perhaps? A personal theater. The man has too much money and too little sense.
How did you manage to hang on to this?
The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look.
Do I want to know?
I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here.
Obviously, the chairman surrounds himself with the cream of Byzantium's elite.
There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles.
Well, thanks for the help.
Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate.
That's a good one.
But they need to know what's happening here.
What's on the cartridge?
What isn't on? I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send.
You're telling us you gathered up a whole mess of evidence on the board's corruption.
Large enough, I assure you. That's why you must transmit the data to the Earth Directorate.
How long will their intervention take?
Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat.
Oh, it's something.
And now, I entrust it to you.
Yes, if we go through the maintenance tunnel, they should be able to emerge on that side. Aquapolis District. Here we go.
Board's just showing off.
Carefully make my way around. Oh.
The board's own headquarters. Or as I like to call it, Jackass
Wow.
Central.
Fancy building.
Do we really need all this security? I have to go through 3 checkpoints just to take a bathroom break.
Can't be too careful. Dissidents like Phineas Wells will stop at nothing to ruin this colony. Hell,
Welcome to the
I even
official
heard a rumor
headquarters
that
of the
Celeste
Halcyon
Jollicoeur was
Holdings
recently uncovered as
Corporation
a
Board.
dissident.
Today's greeting is brought to you by
concentrate the
Auntie
security
Cleo,
outside the
a
building so we
subsidiary
can get
of
some work
Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Why are you so bothered by having a few guards around? I think I'm gonna
If
have
you'd
to
like
speak
to make
your
an
supervisor
appointment,
about these
please
dissident
request an
leaders.
application form. If you'd like to request an application...
Try and go through.
A UDL security attendant is always prepared.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for high-priority HHC business only.
I need to see the chairman.
Yeah, and I need a new flavor of Tylerito. Chairman Rockwell's away on business. And even if he were here, you need to request an application for an appointment.
How do I do that?
How should I know?
Alright, is this access card enough for you?
Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form.
Fine.
Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms?
I can wait.
Well, how nice for you. Do you have any idea how long it takes to request new forms? Or how many citations I'll get for impeding HHC business. Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on Dervish Mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with their guts.
Don't worry, boss, I got a plan. First, we get ourselves some tossball sticks, right?
So far, so good. I guess once I got in the building, they just assume I'm allowed to be in it. So, you know, whatever works. Percival Platt. Holy shit, that's a lot of sentinels. God knows how high level they are, even.
I understand you're Maverick Johnston's new star. Well done.
Oh. What exactly do you do here?
Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell.
Any chance I can meet Chairman Rockwell?
Ah. Oh, you were being serious. Will there be any... Excuse me, just a moment. I beg your pardon, Minister Clark. I suppose that is...
Just admiring the architecture.
Look at this fancy office. The Chairman's bleeding the whole colony dry.
Holding messages. Rough cut. Oh, the presentation is about to play. PR department has a lot of work to do, but we covered the basics. Halcyon's biggest starvation. The board scientists are working on a solution. Working look forward to the LEP for their chance to contribute. Current version, potential key government ministry action. Morale. The Neville Sox has been delivered there. Waiting for you to sign up for the board strokes.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again.
Oh my god.
And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Always knew the board was crooked, but this?
taking so long? Take to clear out abandoned office, toss Clark's belongings in the streets of Byzantium for like is not using them for loss sake, just about that doom and gloom presentation. Reschedule my masseuse. Inquiries to confirm we have plenty of real food stored away on our intercolony trade. Nutritional profile food placement and housing has continued to decline. People are going to start feeling hungry no matter how much they eat. Too expensive to continue buying from even the closest colonies, but what we have will sustain Byzantium and a minimal workforce for the foreseeable future. That's just fantastic. That's wonderful. I'm gonna need someone who's slightly...
Could I have a word with you, Captain?
Yes, let's get out of here first. The border's going to freeze everyone while they figure out how the whole not dying of mass starvation thing works out.
Yeah.
That doesn't...
Yeah. That's their plan.
If I still believed in the grand plan, a revelation like this would have seriously shaken my faith.
That's how they're gonna do it.
Knowing you, I can only assume you have already begun
That's why
formulating a plan to deal with
killing
this.
people, you know?
Yeah.
So tell me,
There's lots of them.
what are we going to do?
It's pretty dumb.
I have to dig more into the issue and sort it all out.
Yes, of course. And when you do, you can count on me to back your play. Your instincts haven't failed us so far. Anything you'd like to discuss?
I'll think it over.
Yeah, boss?
This way.
Sorry, I shouldn't. Not that signing a waiver.
Snowy cat. Hey.
Rumor has it someone's pulling doubles until the retirement district is repaired.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out of the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist? The one who's been hounding the clerks? Ooh, gives me the shudders, too.
Humans are humans are our fourth most important resource at the ministry. The employee complaint. Theodore Isaac to keep eating my Papa Boy lunches. Patronize my lunches and see if it's disgusting. That I did it. Screamed a little. It's in the kitchen, wait for him to do it again. I'll catch him in the act.
You see any sprouts loose up here, definitely don't touch them.
Don't let the guards hear you asking questions. Or people. Key in the back.
Carolina's having a feud with Theodore. Let's see what I can do about that. These buildings are quite lovely.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
Oh yeah, my heavy weapons ignore armor.
Sorry, I'm kinda in the middle.
You seem like a woman who knows about sprat mitochondria, but I can take this conversation elsewhere if you're busy.
Oh. Oh. You know, I always have time for sprat mitochondria, as well as charming men who can appreciate the finer points of cell biology.
How do you feel about mitosis and meiosis, the contours of smooth endoplasmic ribosome?
Confused, but also suddenly interested in science for some reason.
This is certainly a conversation worth continuing elsewhere, but I don't think I've seen you around, and I'm sure I'd remembered you.
I'm new and my paperwork hasn't come through yet.
In that case, I can get you into the lab. Consider it a favor you can repay later. Follow me.
Well, that worked.
Hold, I need a favor. Think you could let my friend through just this once? After all, you still owe me.
Fine. But I don't want to hear anything about the catch-up packet incident ever again. And he's on his own if he runs into the guards downstairs.
You're the best, Holt. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten.
Mikey, Mikey, come
So
here.
what if those Amazonites
Stop your
on
borking.
Monarch this whole time?
No borks.
You hear about that dissident working in that clothing store?
Mikey.
This is why we've got
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. We'll continue this later.
Still don't have a disguise, which is a problem. Oh well. Have to see how I do.
What was that? No visitors allowed, citizen.
Mikey, hush!
How embarrassing, what's left of that?
Sure.
This happens all the time, right?
Law save us. Makes you wonder what kind of... Just don't let...
You got it.
Now keep quiet.
Let the record show that Subject 23K's cause of death is a cerebral vascular incident brought about by a ruptured aneurysm.
That's an 80.
Dr. Wells, initially on revive the flying forces. Not spacing intelligible, still attempting to complete Wells' formula. Going dozens spats a week.
Hello there.
Hello.
Let's not go that way.
So yeah, how are you doing?
What was that? Here they come.
No, prisoner! I'm alright. I had dinner.
Impossible.
Where the hell
Hey,
am I gonna get?
don't reload the save.
I'm
That's
trying
cheating.
to stealth. How's it cheating
That's
to reload a save?
Because you failed. Accept
That's
your failure.
ridiculous.
Accept your failure. Imagine not accepting your failure.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. We'll continue this later.
Mikey! My presentation still has not been graded. Sad day, sad life. Sad dab.
Sad dab.
Sad.
Felix, get out of the door.
Be right over. All right, I'm on my way.
You can't tell him what to do. He's a rebel.
There we go.
Can't believe
Now
you're
I
a
have
cheater.
the. Now there's the security cartridge. Now that I have that.
Imagine cheating.
It's not cheating.
I am en route, Captain.
Imagine cheating. Everyone in the stream chat point and laugh at the cheater.
I was caught sneaking in the sneaking section, and I didn't want to shoot my way out, so I'm reloaded so I can sneak again.
It's cheating. You should have accepted your fate. Just shot all those people. Sometimes you just gotta boom boom.
Looking good, soldier.
That's how it be sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta commit a couple war crimes. You know what they say, gotta crack a few omelets to make an egg. My back hurts.
Huh? Hold it right there. No visitors allowed, citizen.
That's an Anko convention.
Let me guess. We've talked to her before.
I'm extra special.
Just get out of here.
Bonjour.
Rumor has it.
Bonjour.
Unauthorized language detected.
French.
Breach of contract. Failures made. 1 French, 2 French, 3 see above.
Okay, that guard knew what they were doing in that place, so yes, the guards do just know that they were killing people then.
Addition of dimethyl sulfoxide to the compound tests results in some improvements. Subjects showing improved circulation, increasing neural activity. Form is still missing something. Unable to fully revive subjects in long-term hibernation. Excruciating death. Problem is compounded when we consider reviving and freezing subjects multiple times over their lives. They might as well have had a hard time securing additional dimethyl sulfoxide. Procedure may result in the invalidation experiment results in death of human test server. Shit. Further information. Subject withdrawal from dimethyl sulfoxide is highly lethal, resulting in the cancellation of any in-progress experiment. Integrity can be maintained, leaving 73%. Repeatedly revive human subjects when staying in hibernation. Results in conclusive prognosis, cautiously optimistic.
Take all of it.
No, I wouldn't
take it
do
all.
that.
You need it to save the other people. It's too late for them.
I'm not gonna kill them.
Coward.
You are the
us
coward.
all. You've doomed everyone. Cowardice, Daniel. You fool.
It's not cowardly to not kill people.
Can't make the hard choices, Daniel.
That sounds like people who make cringe genocides would say.
You can't make the hard choices, Daniel.
I'm making a principled choice. I'm not gonna kill
Now
people.
everyone's gonna die because you're a coward.
I can come back and get the other 73%.
Well, yeah, then you'll kill them.
So don't do it, exactly.
Ellie and Max are engaged in a
So
heated
yeah,
discussion
like,
in the kitchen.
do it anyway. You're gonna kill them anyway. You might as well kill them all, kill them all.
Well, I'm gonna ignore that decision because it's stupid, and I'm gonna go to the bottom.
Hey,
You're a fool, Daniel. This is why you'll never be king of Halcyon.
He's just confused, right?
He may be confused, but that
You'll
doesn't
just
mean
be
I'm not
the
insane.
cuck of Halcyon.
I'm all for chemical recreation, but you've been saying strange things ever since you did those drugs at the Hermit.
Like the realization that our perception of self is akin to an optical illusion?
Now I can't tell if you're just doing this to try to get to me.
Status report. 13 jobs scheduled for area maintenance.
I can never stop working.
No, you need to stop working for RPGs. What should I?
Dab.
Dab, 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 dab.
Oh! I didn't know it went to third person.
Yeah, it does the Bethesda game thing where if you sit there, it'll turn to third person and spin around you slowly.
Whee!
If you don't, you
Have you ever just sat in a? Have you ever just stood in a doorway so long that you started your eyes projected out of your
Wait, I'm getting a
and you just
message.
slowly
And my
looked
reports
at
of you
yourself
have been
rotating?
exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Has that ever happened to you?
Almbic, please.
What? No. Use your eyes.
Let's get the pleasantries.
You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
I'm listening.
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us.
Wanted for what exactly?
He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal.
You want me to sell him out?
Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Let's get out of here. I'm gonna talk to some of my crew members. They probably don't have anything going on, which would be disappointing, but... That's what I think is missing. It needs that Mass Effect style, like, you know, like... You walk around and people tell you what they think. About how things are developing.
How do you think the world developed?
So enjoy watching you sleep for hours on end, Captain. It's quite entertaining the way you drool and whimper.
Do neither of those things.
Don't think world developed? I said, how do you think the world would develop? And you said neither of those things.
The world has developed? What are you talking about?
How do you think the world will develop? From your choices in the choice game, where you're about to make a choice, Daniel.
Almavic, shut the fuck up, first of all. Second of all, I don't know, I haven't made it yet.
Clean your ears. Get
I haven't made the choice yet, I don't know what you're talking about. Stupid asshole.
You got a second?
Bruh, clean your fucking ears.
If we wanted the board's attention, we got options.
Just gotta clean
Piracy,
the wax,
vandalism, maybe
make
some
a candle out of it.
We want to put some fear in the board, right? Get him scared of us.
See, this is my Dan candle.
Okay, stop, please. We've got plenty of reason to fear us.
I want to believe you, but the adjutant didn't seem too scared of us. You just got an audience with Sophia Akonde. That's the adjutant to the chairman? You sure we should be trusting her?
Probably not.
If you think she's using us, why'd you give her the time of day?
I got a plan. Trust me on this one.
You got some secret plan to double-cross the board? I knew it! Sorry. I know we're freelancers and all. We take work where we can find it. But we gotta be vigilant. This is how the board gets you. A job here, an errand there.
I know what I'm doing, Felix.
Just trying to watch out for you, boss. I appreciate your time.
Hey, Cap.
I find myself marveling at the
Something busted?
Yoko, you have no dialogue.
So many of these companions have like nothing to say after they're on their quest. It needs that Mass Effect, like even if it's just a couple lines, it just needs that, hey, wasn't that mission crazy? Or this is really interesting, here's my thoughts on these things. And I'm pretty sure they all should have thoughts on these things.
I don't care. No one cares. No one wants to be here. No one gives a shit.
I feel like that's not true, but...
Nobody gives a shit, or they'd have something to say about it.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab. Stay safe out there.
Max and Parvati, probably the people I want with
there.
No, you obviously want Max and Ellie.
Yeah, I don't think I will be taking Ellie with me on the Lost Quest.
Why not?
She's boring.
Myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide.
Forget about the chemicals a second. The colony's on the verge of collapse.
What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this?
Gets worse. The chairman's planning on freezing every worker in Halcyon.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved.
You found your chemicals. The board were using them on human subjects.
Human
But you didn't take all of them, so we're doomed.
Unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
That's disgusting. That's horrible. That's pretty expected. Is all the chemicals I could get. Any more would have killed the subjects.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, we're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
There's gotta be something we can do.
Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Well, we could skip the hope into the system.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab.
We'll have to reroute power from the Unreliable.
Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system microjumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive.
Okay.
Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately.
I got some questions.
Certainly.
Should I expect any resistance?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yes.
When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist as well.
I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
You know these skip drives aren't supposed to use with us.
Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk.
They're not gonna... No one's gonna notice this gigantic colony ship?
Unlike
No, don't worry about it.
the Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings
I'll
of
just eat
Terra
it.
2,
Oh,
positively
yeah, I see.
minuscule.
Time to destroy the colony ship. I ate the
Depending on the
colony.
position of their heads,
Delicious
relative to the depth of their
chip.
collective posteriors.
Colonists. Delicious.
Alright, I'm
Delicious.
I know you're wondering
That's
why
the
I'm
solution to the
why I
famine.
believe the
Eat the
people of Hope are
colonists.
the answer.
Secret ending.
Tasty.
Wait.
The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work
Secret
together,
ending.
we can
Consume
still
the
find a way
colony.
to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
The adjutant wanted me to plant a tracking signal in your lab, but I'm not gonna do it.
You absolutely should.
You got a plan?
The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal.
You sure you're okay with the corrupted tracking signal?
The enemy is bound to discover my hideout sooner or later. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
I want to talk about the Hope.
Certainly.
I'm gonna talk about your mommy.
Never
Talk
mind.
about your mom. She's a nice
Da-da-da-da-da.
lady.
How do you know that, Almovic?
Because I met her at the store.
Send corrupted.
Was it at the
Send
Tesco's?
critical failed.
Yeah, I went down to the Tesco and I was like, "Oi, are you your mother?" And they were like, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh yeah, well, nobody can look other British words or oi oi oi."
Wow, I almost feel like I was there.
And I was like, "Oi oi 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 oi."
Please stop.
Oi oi oi.
You know, asking him to stop just makes him do it more.
I'm just gonna
Asking me to
disconnect.
stop just makes me stronger.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on...
You're adjusting before you pull.
Hold on, wait, I have something very important to tell you.
You have a
Ready?
message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. Unfortunately,
Okay.
Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location.
What ligma?
Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him.
I don't know. I
Come
didn't
visit
think
me
I'd
in
get this
Byzantium.
far. I'm sorry.
We need to have a talk about the future of
Well,
this
if you don't know
colony.
what ligma is, who does?
I don't know. This isn't a trap.
Because I'm not in the business
Who is
of arresting
Lethal?
my own allies. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call.
Who are any of us really?
Hey, I'm level 30.
Well, at least he knows. He's level 30.
Yeah, he's like
That's
30.
right.
That's right. Ligma.
What's ligma?
Ligma is Ligma.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
You know what they say about Ligma? It's Ligma.
I hope Dr. Wells does
And
not
with
drag
that,
you into one of his
John's soul
irrational
left his
schemes
body.
again. My diagnosis of it is mental stability.
Alright, Sophia wants to talk to me. I might as well.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Alright.
Fucking liberal government won't let me crank up tariffs. Fucking cringe.
Carrots?
Tariffs.
Yeah, carrots. Carrots.
Carrot.
God is Spartacus.
I mean,
Not so
carrots are
fast.
one of my favorite snacks.
I'm supposed to be here, dickweed.
All right, you're clear.
Wow, hostile.
The adjutant's expecting you. Go
Jeez, why so hostile?
I so hostile.
So hostile. Why so mad?
Why are you so angry?
Why are you so angry?
Nothing exciting ever happened around here.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal.
Tell me why you wanted to see me.
I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things
I
you
want to
discovered
see your
there must
thick
have been
ass,
shocking,
B.
even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society. I know this must come as a surprise to you.
Okay, I do actually
Imagine you
have
have questions.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act.
The powerful make the mistakes, and the powerless are left paying the price, as it has always been.
I'm offering decisive action, Vicar DeSoto. I can no longer depend on lazy, weak-willed bureaucrats to help me rescue Halcyon. I need someone with a backbone, someone like your captain. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse. but there is a way to save it.
What do you need done? Actually, no, we need to talk about this lifetime employment program.
I'll answer.
You don't honestly believe all this nonsense, do you?
The Lifetime Employment Program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. The program is logical, it's reasonable, it's merciful, and most importantly, it will work.
Volko wants to sacrifice the entire colony just to save Byzantium.
Byzantium is the beating heart of our colony. And as long as Byzantium survives, Halcyon may one day recover from the collapse. Help me execute the Lifetime Employment Program. And you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium.
What's your take on all this?
When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction.
My cat has flopped out.
We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate.
That's a good argument for getting rid of the board entirely, frankly.
I admit, I occasionally fantasize about making an executive decision without having some tedious committee questioning my every move. Do you have any idea how much paperwork is involved in ordering someone's execution through the usual channels? It's positively mad.
I don't usually make any paperwork when I shoot someone. How long do we have, anyway?
We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. Malnutrition, disease, high mortality rates. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful.
So that's what the research in Roseway was about.
I'm sure you remember Dr. Anton Crane. His research was instrumental in developing a powerful appetite suppressant. The solution is a temporary one. Before long, our workers are going to feel the effects of starvation. The Lifetime Employment Program is our only viable option.
What's that have to do with me?
When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you. And you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive bureaucrats.
Not a fan of bureaucracy?
Do you know how many meetings I have to sit through? How many... I
Is there
can't
anybody
save this
on this
colony
fucking
alone. I need
godforsaken
someone
earth that
capable of
is a
working
fan of
outside
bureaucracy?
the system.
I know a couple.
Someone who can get things
I love
done.
bureaucracy. Num num num. I sure do love.
What did you want to say?
We need to talk about Emerald Vale.
Oh, not to
Thanks to your meddling, Edgewater is without power. Operations
Spit
at
out
Glance
the
will halt.
bureaucrat.
Edgewater needs to go.
What else would you
I want
do?
you to wipe
Want me
the
to
town.
wipe out
No
Edgewater?
survivors.
I cannot condone this plan. Wanton, senseless destruction of life is never the solution.
I don't need you to approve of my plan, Vicar.
You're a monster.
Someone
Murder
has
the
to be.
innocent is always a good prank.
Now is not the time for half measures,
It's always
Captain.
an epic prank.
What did Edgewater do to deserve this?
When you diverted power to the botanical lab, you spelled the end of Edgewater. But the town is still hanging on, still living off whatever meager resources we send them. With every passing day, Edgewater leeches more of our limited resources.
We're talking about human lives here.
Yeah, human lives are cringe. I don't care.
Edgewater's workers consume 6 times as many resources as they produce. The best thing that town can do for its colony is to die. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon.
So it's not productive, so we wipe it out?
We don't have any other option. A colony is on the verge of
This guy
collapse.
sounds like
and
a real fucking tree.
The answer is no.
Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order.
Go to hell.
I'm disappointed.
Coming! Rango!
are victorious.
Okay.
How do I get rid of the liberals?
More corrosive damage for a perk point? Yeah, I'll take that. Why not? I'll just get more health. Eat. Oh shit, I have a long way to fight out of here, don't I? Well, it's their fault. They shouldn't have tried to kill me. I don't know what they were expecting.
They're expecting you to just go, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
I won't murder everyone. That sounds like a good idea. I've done the opposite of that. But you really made it. Well, I guess you did. She did make it somewhat compelling argument.
No, she didn't. Her argument was basically they're cringed up. It's pretty cringed up. You're right.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why? Stop apologizing.
They're just working.
No, they're just corpses.
Well, yeah, now they're corpses.
I don't know why that was funny.
I really massacred my way out of here, and that's probably the most innocents I've killed this entire game.
I mean, I don't think the corporate death squads are really like the most innocent people.
Wait, no, they knew about the that thing where they were killing people in the retirement program. No, fuck
They knew about the murder. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
fine,
why are you
fuck them.
apologizing? They're assholes.
Anybody that
pretty
goes,
cringe.
yeah, murder is fine as long as I can make money off of it is kind of cringe in my books.
I'll take anyone's money as long as they're giving it away.
A reminder to all crew members.
I'm sorry,
there is
if you
only
kill
one
money,
toilet
you
up.
shouldn't be mad when you get killed by an RPG protagonist.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No, stop being not angry. Be more angry. If you're angry, I can pass democracy.
Democracy.
My allegiance is to the Republic!
The
To
democracy.
democracy!
Cringe. Why is France invading Mexico? Did that happen in real life?
No.
What?
Does anyone remember France invaded Mexico?
No.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
What's gonna happen if I skip the Hope?
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony
Okay, so if my
ship
calculations
into
are off,
Terra 2
everyone dies in a horrible
or the
genocide.
sun.
I mean, it's not a
Forgetfulness can
genocide.
be an early warning. I need you to reroute power. You'll have to connect me
It's
to
a
the
legal
Hope's.
definition.
Tell me about the Hope.
The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold.
Just gotta save hundreds of thousands of
Sending
people.
a
That's not
corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
People that don't save people are just liars or trying to get the dark side run achievement.
Saving people is cringe.
I don't really understand
would
why
say
you wouldn't
that.
save people when you have the choice.
I would, but I'm memeing at you. You don't
I'm
need to
ironic.
be so serious, Daniel.
Wait, what? Who the fuck are you? Oh,
I'm Almavic.
no, not
I'm
you.
on Facebook.
I'm connected your Almavic book.
The iconic duo that nobody asked for and nobody wanted and everybody's trying to get rid of.
The classic duo.
Hibernation
your
source
fa-
pad is 99, 92%, 76%. What? VR sent team building seminar in the city once. Don't know why VR provided the rations. This is it, folks. Say goodbye to Old Blue. Twice the bidder, give me a spaceship.
That ought to do her, Captain.
Huh?
Watch out!
Every time I move my arm, the cat looks
You just move your arm like.
Oh, now he's snuggling more.
I just realized my weapon's not doing such good damage. It needs repairing.
Oh yeah, also, why did this game have a weapon durability system?
I don't know why.
It really didn't.
If it
need
was
one.
usable for tinkering, it would have made more sense, like the armor parts and stuff, but you can't. You have to use money, so...
Yeah, it's very like... It doesn't really fit with anything in the game. Like, it's not like a post-apocalypse or anything. So, I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like, haha, the corporations make really shitty stuff, but it's like, even the good stuff has like shit durability, so that doesn't really hold up. Much like the equipment, it doesn't hold up.
Transfer shit, fuck, hard to be quiet, like a paper computer.
I still don't know why France is attacking Mexico.
Why not?
It's kinda cringe though.
Can you prove that in the court of law?
Yes.
Do it, coward.
Error.
We're on a court right now.
This thing is
Error.
Everything I said.
Error. Paragon. Remember, your needs have been.
Removal. That was my removal.
This must be unsettling for you, Captain.
A little.
As always, any...
R2643. She could take 4 hours of sleep in the last 72. Can't start their screams. That's subject 112. We named Henry's Holly Stanton 839. Enjoyed seeing him. Sorry, I couldn't save him. He was. Subject.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish...
Log, things running out. To eat. Tell Chan 26. One thing wrong with Spuds 7.1 miscalculation could crash, hitting out the colonists. Pots grown hydroponics may not be backyard, but it's something. Chief engineer's full faculties.
Processing data.
Incoming!
Sebastian is a good cat.
He is a very good cat. It's just I needed to move my arm.
You should accept your fate.
Remember, your needs have been provided for. All sweeping the illegal activity records indicate error, tripanary. Error. This.
Should we assign Sam for a cleanup?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna be sick.
Okay, these colonists are definitely.
Kinda cringe though.
Something.
Jeez Louise.
You hear about Edgewater?
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Logs R2580 into R2582. Open the fucking door, you're killing us, better you than the colonists, it's idiotic, we don't keep the ship afloat, they'll die anyway, necessary risk. Gambling with hundreds of people's lives, hundreds of thousands. Handpicking the tree will consume. Draw stopped, take a break, trying to get some cold storage.
I love gambling with people's lives.
Keep working, Rizzy, I'll take care of it. Okay. Tuega, I think I'm the only one left. I don't know what Captain Hunt did down there, but he hasn't come back, and we haven't used the drill. The course is set, I'm down to the last day of food, and I don't want to die like Donna did.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling.
Am I doing the right thing?
Probably not, but don't
okay,
let
probably
that
not,
stop
fine,
you. My Constellation executables could use some beefing up. Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die.
I'm ready.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous.
Ready.
Skipping
the
Hope will
hope will
void the
warranty on the
drive.
skip drive. That's fine.
And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now,
No,
Captain?
you can't just void the warranty.
Haha, skip the hope to Terra 2.
Jump starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Okay, just don't kill the planet. And we'll be...
No. How dare you try to tell me what to do?
It's been
what?
a good life.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport.
Sebastian.
And this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all
What a
systems
very
are
good
go.
boy. What a quality cat.
What do I feel like I fucked up?
Because you did.
what'd you do?
I'm skipping the Hope to Tower 2.
What'd you fuck up? Don't fuck
Sebastian.
Nailed it.
Sebastian.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Well, how he immediately just flops as soon as he finds somewhere comfy.
Never had any doubts.
What? I don't recognize you. Are you new here?
Probably shouldn't be talking to me. Corporate doesn't like us socializing.
I'm just trying to make sure you belong here.
Up. I'm just looking out for you.
Yeah, you're definitely new here.
Better get back to me.
Just don't make more paperwork for me, alright?
I like how what gave it away that I must have been new here is that I would show concern for a fellow employee.
Yeah.
It's pretty cringe.
Bless you.
What are you looking at, kitty?
Did you just boop her?
Yeah.
I love booping cats.
She has a little baseball head, I like it.
You're both sick people. Going around booping cats.
I actually really like the disguise matrix as it exists in the game. I like to have a social stealth option.
Yeah, but also it's used like 3 times, so...
Yeah, I wish it was used more.
I wish it was used less.
Time to skedaddle.
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
Thank the Lord you warned me. I was able to get some defenses up, but they might not be enough. The board has sent some serious firepower to pry me out of here. They're trying to get in here, and I'm not sure I can stop them. If they capture me, if we can't communicate again, there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible. How can I be? May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
You were adjusting before you...
Something bust.
You killed the adjutant? We are outlaws in the truest...
Yep, I killed the adjutant. She didn't want me to kill her, she shouldn't have invited me and then said, would you like to come in a genocide with me? That's one of my trigger words. I get real violent when people say that.
Well, just stop being such a snowflake, liberal. you do something cringe.
Here they come.
Official arrest receipt. Federal individual detained at this location failed to put appointed time. Oh, god damn it. I need to use my companion abilities more. I forget they existed for some reason.
Mood.
Oh, that explains it.
Owlbic, more like War Crime-a-bic. No. Yeah, I said it.
Finn's Force. Level 26.
I wish I could do that.
Hi, sweetie.
Might be in his lab. More likely to be in his lab.
I appreciate that the main character in Subnautica doesn't suffer from what's it called?
Rickets?
Pressure sickness?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they breathe less efficiently.
Personal files, Phineas Feebles, eyes only. If you're seeing this, I, Phineas Feebles, being perniciously kidnapped and very possibly incarcerated. The perfidious and cowardly government of Halcyon. Prison fortress of Tartarus, executed another person. Possible and testament, commend my body belongings to the ICDF's Ether. This is Daniel. I prepared an emergency care package located in the hidden panel. Unlock this panel from my terminal, claiming it's nearby. Hope made it to Halcyon after all. 25 years too late. The board doesn't know what to do with an entire ship full of frozen colonists, so they're going to leave them there. Corporate tells us survival is impossible. They tried absolutely nothing and they're all out of option. The only way I see I need permission of my employers to conduct experiments in the name of scientific advancement. What nonsense. He needs to not beholden to the vicissitudes of bureaucracy. Hundreds of thousands. 13 seconds. Subjects last 93 seconds. Subject 30 seconds screaming. Subject stronger than the other. 12 subjects die. Upwards hundreds of thousands of expensive on 12. How many experiments? 5 single. Great sense of one such. A month of not to 10 to find these couple is doing. Say I'm a murderer, they're right, I am, get what I've done, I'm not allowed to tell myself to the board. I need hopes colonists can forgive me for what I've done. The only people you can set things right and find a way to revive them. Nav key to Tartarus.
A reminder to all crew members. Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Very well.
So, Phineas got himself taken to Tartarus. That's usually a one-way trip.
I never got to know Doc Wells. We ain't friends or crew. But he's still one of us. He's the reason the boss is up and walking right now. We can't just leave him to die in Tartarus.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
Oh, if we have any hope of saving the colony, we're gonna have to rescue him.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out.
I want to live. There
We don't
should
need
have
a
been
plan.
cringe.
We got guns.
If you really mean to do
Everyone
this,
who
you
wants
should
to
see to
live
your final
shouldn't have been
affairs and close out
posting
any unfinished
cringe.
business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you
Oh,
may be
kind
there
of
a
wrapped up
while.
all my unfinished business. I'm pretty much ready to head out.
Remember, don't post cringe if you want to live.
Alright, what do you all think?
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
Subscribe for more
The
Connect
entire plan
updates.
is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe
Subscribe and
against
log in
the
with
odds
Facebook or
that
you're a
you'll be successful.
coward.
Alright, we're doing it. Everyone strap in.
If we don't make it, at least it'll be a great story.
Got my trusty tossball stick. Got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What's the point of no return? I always like it when a game tells me it's the point of no return.
Just in case, you know, you thought you could return, no. It's not the point. It's the point of no return.
Good to see you, Bob.
It's not the point of
Okay, this is the
returning in
part where I
future.
tell all my companions to leave and I never want to see them again.
You're all cringe. I hate you. Go
I'm so
away.
baffled as to why I can kick them off my ship after I've done their loyalty mission. It doesn't seem right.
Because you're because in case you're stupid or something, or you got really offended at the gayness.
I would like to save. The game actually asked me if I'd like to do a manual save.
I would
I am
like to
pleased to
be
inform
offended
you
at
that
the
we
gayness.
have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows.
3,000.
3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows. 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows. 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Promise not to leave without me?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain
leaving without you,
unless
bye.
you do not return within 876,541,652 hours.
Okay, I only have
speak of the
800,000
devil.
hours.
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
I can use that time limit.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
What the hell is with you people in landing violations?
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's
He got offended
200
I used
bits.
you people.
You're up to 5,708.
5,000?
Not including the cost of your execution.
I have to pay for my own
Disposal of
execution?
your remains, which will be
You should
assessed
just pay the
posthumously.
fine, honestly.
It's not that much. Hey, how do I know you're a real officer under that helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
All right. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
Let's have some fun.
Let's have some racism.
No.
The captain did right by
Cool,
us.
yeah, this is gay.
The board will never own Roderick. Not while I read.
Why do people know it? Gaining independence.
They have
Jesus,
not
that's a lot of damage.
fought enough.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
I was not expecting the Groundbreaker to immediately start assaulting with me. Alright.
Well, your name is Ground.
And they will break you.
None of that is true.
Oh yeah, name all the times you haven't been named Ground.
The captain did right by us. The board will never own. Not while I read. Push on, Vardak.
That's the last of them.
Groundbreaker doesn't need traps like you. Somebody toss this garbage out the airlock.
What's that noise?
Attack!
Go.
Got my sights on you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Right. What? You want to engage? You want to engage? Oi.
That's a
Entering
big
the
storm.
labyrinth's the easy part. Making it back out. I'm still trusting your plan on that one, Captain.
My plan's to wait it out. We just have to kill every single enemy god hit.
I don't want to kill people, so Dan, my plan is to murder everyone. I think it'll be an epic prank.
Fear not, Captain. I watch your back.
Don't come, baby, anymore.
Oh jeez. This looks difficult.
Processing data. 6 prime error.
Emergency transfer and paperwork still missing.
Error.
My employer is UDL.
Registered. A fine of 10,000.
My employer is your mother.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Getting behind cover!
Shifting my weight. Something's gonna hurt.
What
Life
happens
is pain.
Just accept.
Except him is very cute. I love him very much.
Ready to kick some ass?
These corporate stuffers ain't thinking of no one hit 'em. We're with you, Captain. Kick some ass.
I'm just vibing, and the cat just looks at me like, "Excuse me, I'm right
one for
here."
rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help.
Pets.
Get in there and
Require pets. I'm like, damn.
well done. We're still alive.
Stay down.
It's nice to have all my friends show up.
I decided to destroy all of my friends. I thought it'd be a good meme.
That will not happen. Not will I draw breath.
They're gone. I destroyed them all.
So,
For the Rangers!
They got default danced on.
Da 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 da.
I agree, it was very nice.
Everything in my
I love
life
busting
is
through here,
at this
shooting
point.
skulls with
I am.
boys.
I believe.
I could have phrased that better.
Yeah.
The important thing is I killed a lot of people.
After all you've done, all
The
the
important
work
thing
you've
is,
destroyed, all the
I'm a
money you've
murderer.
cost me.
The important thing
Your
is, I'm now
misguided
wanted in
crusade
most
has
civilized
doomed Halcyon.
countries.
But murder.
Doomed? Phineas and I are saving this colony.
That crackpot's plan is ludicrous.
We're
We have
saving
steps,
you, you
action
dumb
items,
fox.
budgets, and reports. All he's
We're
got
saving
is a
you.
guilty
Do not
conscience
resist.
and lofty dreams. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off.
I don't think I will be fucking off. You don't want to mince words, huh?
Psychopathic outlaws don't deserve the time. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself.
I'm not waiting for anything. This colony needs saving.
Is that what you think you're doing? This path of wanton societal disruption? You call that being a savior? I call it sabotage. You know what saboteurs get, Captain? Summary executions. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive.
Oh, it's expensive, huh? That makes it more fun to destroy it. Let's work something out.
Absolutely not. Akande was always the sociable one, not me. Need I repeat
Well,
the
Akande
magic
is now
2
the
words?
dead one. Well, then I'm on my way. Prepare for your head bashing. I love that I can just say prepare for your head bashing.
Prepare for the time to go bashy, bashy, smashy, smashy.
It's 3 AM, time for your head bashing, Luce. Hit it!
You hate this.
I will not die.
I'll take your confession now.
That thing's knocked down. I'm gonna go. Oh god, this is hard to fight. Okay. Electrical weapons will be the way to go. I did not know I had allies. I thought I was just gonna club with a single enemy.
No.
Whether it's games or tabletop, if there is only a single enemy to fight, it will just fall. It is just the natural way of.
What if I just give it a bunch of stats, though?
Perhaps.
And a second phase?
Perhaps.
That feeling when you win the fight, but then the DM goes, okay, time for the second phase.
And then the DM gets thrown in a car, and then the DM goes, stop. Stop.
I'll take your confession now.
Whispers.
That feeling when you win the fight, but the DM says, okay, wait, hold on a second.
it's time for phase 2.
No. 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 Going home.
There can't be a second page if I table fit a page.
There can't be a second page if I flip the table and call you an interracial slur.
Fuck, this is hot. These combat drones are real rough.
Why don't you just win?
Fine.
Easy. Win.
I've had quite enough of you! Life was merely an illusion anyway. Here's a little trick I learned in prison.
Oh god, this is a hard fight. That's real hard. It's real hard, bro.
Real hard. What?
Oh.
My
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna explore the room though, man. Maybe there's something I can do.
Here they come!
Pardon?
I'm gonna explore the room that the boss fight takes place in. Maybe there's like some way I can stop the drones from flooding it. Oh shit, there really isn't.
There acid bats. Conveniently placed.
Conveniently placed.
But wonderful finds
There we go.
I've had quite enough of you!
Got it! Whew.
good. I was about to start calling it trash.
I was about to be like, wow, bro, you're bad.
I am
Bro,
playing on
Wow,
hard.
Bro, why are you so bad at the game, bro?
I'm good.
Bro, why are you so bad, bro?
Bro. This isn't fair. This is outrageous.
Outrageous. Hey.
It's outrageous. How can I beat the final boss of the game and not be called decent?
Because.
Pretty cringe stuff.
No.
Halcyon after all.
Not
One.
I went
Oh. I thought that was gonna be harder. I just blew his leg off.
Get me out of here!
I mean, mean, sometimes you just gotta blow the head off.
No, I blew his leg off.
You don't know
Why
how
didn't you blow
glad
his head
I
off?
am.
It was a very weak leg.
You lunatic.
I guess he didn't
You
have
broke
a
into the board's own
leg
fortress
to
and killed the
stand on.
chairman just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out
How do
of
I
your
delete
mind.
you?
And I can't begin to
Easily.
thank you enough.
You kidding? The board never stood a chance against me.
Ah,
Have you
all
seen
in a
how
day's
big
work
my
for you,
cock
huh?
is?
Have you seen how many
You've
allies I
broken the
have in the
board's
system?
stranglehold on this colony,
Everyone.
and you saved my life.
It's very
Literally
easy.
But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish.
The board has nothing but
You
enemies, and
I
I've killed
are
all
going to
their
have to work
leaders.
harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid
Basically,
the situation is
I
far
have a
worse than
huge
any of us
shock.
ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone
Earth's
dark.
gone dark?
We haven't received a single message in 3 years.
That's
There's been no communication, no signals, nothing.
Earth is cringe
2
anyway.
years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to
Name
Earth.
all the good
We
things
don't know
about
what
Earth.
they discovered when they
Yeah.
arrived, or
It's Earth and
if
you
they
live here.
arrived at all.
Earth is only an
Gave a
idea.
point in favor of it
Pumpkin
being
pie.
cringe.
That idea is the bedrock the colony is
What
built
if I
upon.
put space pumpkins?
If people
Then
were to
Earth
find
would
out
have
it's gone
nothing.
dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
Would it really be pumpkin
I don't
pie?
want to
or would it
imagine
just
what will
be
happen once
imitation
news gets out. Let's
No,
just
it'd be
keep this
pumpkin
between
pie
us for
made
now.
of pumpkins
You mean
from space.
we're all
Space
alone out here?
But no,
Really
that would be
alone?
space pumpkin pie.
I'm
I wanted
afraid so,
pumpkin
Miss Holcomb.
pumpkin pie.
Halcyon is the
It is
only
pumpkin,
home we
pumpkin
have
pie. The
left.
pumpkins just
Returning
came
to
from
Earth
space.
is no longer an option.
No, you see, it's not.
We're in serious
because
trouble,
I didn't
my
ask
friend.
for space
Do you know what this
pumpkin
means
pie.
for Halcyon? We
No,
can't rely on
where
Earth
you
for
see the
support
pumpkin
anymore.
pie,
We've
it's
been
pumpkin
cut
pie
loose.
because it's made
We're
with pumpkin.
entirely
That is
on
No,
our
I
own.
didn't want space pumpkin pie.
Have a lot of work ahead of us.
All pumpkin. Earth
Let me
is
ask
in
you.
space.
Yes,
Everything
yes,
is
sir.
space pumpkin pie. There is only
No.
space
Imagine a
pumpkin
frigate
pie.
disappearing.
You might have
No.
heard
There
of
is
the Earth
only
Directorate's
space pumpkin
frigate.
pie,
Half
I'm
the colony's
sorry.
entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
What do you think happened?
I don't know what happened,
I ate
but
Earth.
something must have gone
ate it.
horribly
It's
wrong.
gone.
I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore.
Nom, 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 nom.
We have no connection back to Earth,
Yummy.
and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
I know about the other colonists, Phineas.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
I forgive you.
Thank you.
I don't.
Perhaps in time I'll
Die.
learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions...
I don't have any more questions. We need to get to work.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than
Me?
you.
A leader?
What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
No, I hate leading.
Well, I'm the only competent person left.
You won't hear a word
I'm
of
the only
disagreement
competent
from me.
person.
You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide Medevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide
No, you should have done. You should have just done the middle solution.
To save Halcyon
It's all
from collapse.
one.
A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less.
No.
Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope.
He saved all the scientists and engineers without
Over the next decade,
full amount of
nearly all of the Hope's
Yeah, but you
remaining
didn't
colonists
know
were
he could do
successfully
that.
revived.
Coward.
Halcyon saw a period of rapid
See, my principle was
technological
the
and
right thing to stick
scientific
by.
advancement.
No.
That's because
Breakthroughs in dietary
this
supplements
game
saved
gives
the
you no
colony
Yes.
from
different
starvation.
choices, and there's
Breakthrough
always
and dietary
Engineering
supplements
progress and
save the
social
colony from
reforms
starvation.
began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his
Your
labor.
mother is a hamster and your
He
father
passed
smelled of
away a few
elderberries.
years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
And that's the Outer Worlds. Well, probably a couple of closing thoughts. I like the ending of the game a lot. pretty good. I like the plot twist about the slow starvation, like how it connected to the other places I visited around the colony. It honestly made a lot of sense, especially if you look at all like the food items in the game, how there's like very little actual food, and most of it is just like candy and disgusting like meat products. I've overall mixed opinions of the game, but I think I did like it overall. I liked it enough to see it all the way through to the end. It didn't feel like painful to go through the ending or anything. It wasn't bad overall. I think the game really suffers from bloats. It feels a lot longer than it needs to be. A lot of like climaxes and pacing doesn't really have its payoff because you have to stop to do like annoying tasks, and these kind of like annoying tasks continue on into the end game where it's like, hey, you're at the last planet of the game. Okay, now go back and collect 10 chitin hides. I think some of the quests could have been trimmed down, some of the combat heavy quests should have been removed. Priorities needed to be shifted around a little bit. I like the dialogue when it's there. I like all the options I have around the game. Oh, that's nice.
And now you can dab freely. You couldn't before, by the way.
I suppose the next game I'm probably going to play is going to be Obsidian either way. I'll either finish up New Vegas, which will take a little while, but I'm looking forward to it, or I'll be playing Tyranny, which is also an Obsidian game. It's definitely a weak Obsidian title overall, unfortunately, but I still liked it.
You hated it.
No,
I
I
hated
didn't.
it. Official Daniels 0 out of 10. IGN.
Taylor, Ashley Burch. Actually, not a lot of known faces from what I can see in games like this, which is always nice. It's always nice to get new voice actors. And not just Nolan North voicing everything.
Nolan North is every character.
I think stepping back from the game as like satire, which I don't think it succeeds at. I do actually like the overall story of saving the colony and unfreezing it. It's a good story. I like seeing it through. There's a good reason for you to want to do it, and the game does actually account for you not wanting to do that and doing the complete opposite thing.
Because you're an idiot and stupid.
If you're an idiot, yeah, I mean, you have to be really short-sighted and conceited and an idiot and selfish, but
Probably got like dropped on your head as a child. Repeatedly.
probably been about all that lunch money that was taken from school. But yeah, for what it's worth, the story, like when it's not trying to be satire, is actually a lot stronger. I actually quite liked a lot of the narrative beats of the game. I like the plot twist about how the colony is slowly dying and how, like, you know, no one actually has a way to get back to Earth. I like all the hidden secrets that kind of get pulled out of the board as you see further and further in. It's a good, it might be a Fable 3 at the end, when you realize a lot of the decisions were made with, like, the thought of stopping, like, this even worse catastrophe. It doesn't make the board's decision right or logical or smart, but it was good. I think the board is too comically evil in the first half to be redeemable in the second half, unfortunately, though. Again, this is an aspect of its weakness as a satire.
I mean, their plot isn't even like, it's not even like, oh, we're gonna try to save the colony. Their plot is, we're gonna freeze everyone, and then the food will last long enough for me to live a full life.
And it is implied that they want to try and figure out how to save the colony and they'll like go back to Earth, but it's very much because they serve the role of satire, they can't really be like a sympathetic alternative because they put all this stuff in that's quite well done of like, hey, Phineas Wells is kind of unstable and all of his stuff is unreliable, no pun intended, and are you sure this is actually going to work?
He's just good. He's just kind of like, no, it all works out. He was fine.
And I do like a happy ending, but I would have liked to have had to work for it slightly more. Like, I think it should have been a bit more like, you can attempt the drive skip now, but you might need to get these components, or you might need to find this. Like, there could have been slightly more main story stuff and a little bit more, I feel like, in a weird way, despite my distaste for the filler, I should have been sent more out of my way to get things ready to get the perfect ending. It needs that Mass Effect 3 quality to it, because Mass Effect 3 has that really nice... Say what you want about the game, but like... I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it, because someone in chat has not played Mass Effect yet, but there... When you want the best outcomes, you really have to work for it. You have to do side content, you have to
play 20 hours of multiplayer for some reason.
Not anymore, but...
When it came out, you had to play 20
oh
hours
god, yeah.
multiplayer.
That was so atrocious. Like, I like the multiplayer, but really, fuck off. And it wasn't even.
And it would decay. Like
it
you
decays,
had to do it again.
What?
Like,
okay, so basically there's this thing called
this is
readiness,
an aside.
and this is an aside. But basically there's this thing called readiness, and you get it from playing the multiplayer. And originally, when the game came out, you needed a certain threshold of that to get the best ending. Now it just makes it easier to get the best ending.
Because they realize, wait, that's really obnoxious, and no one's gonna replay the game.
And it decays. Like, if you don't play the game for a while, it decays, and you have to play the multiplayer again to get it back up.
This is not friendly to people who have jobs.
No. I mean, in fairness, it's like you can get your... it would take like 3 hours, I think, of like straight gameplay to get it up to 100. But it's also like, no, get this out of my single-player game.
I mean, each match is 20 minutes. They each give like...
5% readiness overall if you're doing it the smart way.
I'd say it would still take about like 4 or 5 hours. So.
Yeah, it's not great. It's much better now. You don't even have to play the multiplayer anymore, really. But
good.
And if you did want to play the multiplayer, I'd be more than happy to play it with you because I quite like it. But back to the Outer Worlds, yeah, it does like. I did quite like it overall. I know Almavik doesn't. I do, but there's a lot of niggles with the game, and I think the game just needed to...
Wait, what does that mean?
Niggles?
Yeah, like, that's... What does that mean?
Little problems.
Sounds kind of racist, though.
It isn't racist. Why didn't you open a book once in your life, you fucking Luddite? No. I really like, speaking of open a book once in a while, you fucking Luddite. I really like Vicar Max. He's probably my favorite character in this whole game.
I really liked him. He was definitely like my favorite companion.
He's really interesting and he's got strong moral principles.
But also, that goes back into the issue of you've got him and you've got Parvati, and then you've got 4 other people who are kind of just there and have like nothing interesting.
It definitely needed cutting down. Like, I like well, here's the thing: either cut it down or spend more time working on their stories, because I like their stories and their characters, personalities. It's just that there's not enough of it.
See, here's the thing: is that like this game could have been 10 hours shorter and had actual companion stuff and everything if they cut out all of the filler content. Like,
there's a lot of
tightness. This cave and kill 4 big boys on this planet you've been to a dozen times because you made 4 environments for the whole
It has this problem where I feel like I want to look up a wiki guide to say, does this quest actually affect the outcome of the story? Because I don't need to do quests for XP and shit.
And you also notice that like outside of like I think it's like the sublight chain and like 1 or 2 other things, the side quest had literally no impact on the ending at all.
No, it's very disappointing. The game clearly lacks like a tightness to it. It feels like this game needs to be 35 hours long, otherwise people are going to complain it's too short. And well,
Honestly,
aside from the well-purported statistic that most people do not even finish games ever, I don't know. It felt like if it was shorter, tighter, more refined in areas, it would have been a lot stronger. And it's a little disappointing because I like when it's good, and when it's meh, it's really meh. Like Monarch as a planet, it's so hyped up, and then when you get to it, it's probably the worst section of the game.
Monarch is a full. Also, I'd like to point out, Monarch is the worst part of the game, and it's like the full middle third of the game.
Yeah, I like the Iconoclast versus MSI thing. That could have been expanded more. It should have been made more integral to the plot, and they should have cut out any kind of nonsense quest where it's just go here, take the item, bring it back. Cut all of those out.
Cut the fetch quests. It's 2019 when this game released. You don't need to put a bunch of fetch quests and everything anymore.
This is a fundamental problem again. It's something that Inquisition also had, which is like, that's a really good game. It has really strong moments. Do I want to replay it? I'm not so sure I want to play it straight away because boy, all those little quests, all those things I don't want to do in between the good parts. And it's like, if you cut it down, you get a stronger product. It's like with drugs. Don't dilute your products. People want high quality drugs. You're not fooling anyone with the baking soda.
If you put baking soda in your cocaine, I will break your knees, you little shit. Who do you think you are, Jerry? Jerry, I fucking know where you live, Jerry.
I know that's salt water, it's not heroin.
You think you're clever? You think your fucking high school chemistry ass can fool me? I'll break your legs, Jerry.
But yeah, it is like...
This is a joke, by the way.
This is a game that probably could have either used... This is a game that really needed to start thinking about dropping weight or spending maybe 6 months to an extra year of development. Because I have no doubt that Obsidian makes great RPGs. It didn't really hit here. It wasn't a... It's not like they didn't hit the ball, but it wasn't a home run, you know?
So here's the thing is that I feel like what they should have done is like the thing they did with Tyranny, where it's not a very long game.
It's
like
not
Tyranny
long,
is not
as
a
far as I know, yeah.
Tyranny is it's not a very short game, but it is a
It's like
pretty
10
short
hours,
game.
right? Or something?
It's like 10 to, it's like, I'd say it's around like 12 hours of playthrough.
Yeah, it's like a third of the length of this game.
But it has a ton of replayability and options and actually different routes that completely change the game.
I didn't...
And like even...
Go on.
And like the Outer Worlds feels like a big step backwards because they went like because instead of they didn't do like a big long sprawling thing with a bunch of stuff that you can interact with, but they also didn't do a short compact thing with a lot of options and variants between different outcomes and routes.
I like
So it
the
really
music
feels
in the
like
game.
they just what?
Sorry, just saying I like the music in the game.
Music was fine. Wasn't like super memorable, but it wasn't like it wasn't bad. It was decent. It served its purpose. But yeah, like I feel like that the Outer Worlds is a big step. It feels like it doesn't really have any identity with what it was trying to do. It was kind of just like, guys, people want us to make New Vegas again. Make something we can say is kind of like New Vegas again.
Let me be clear, this isn't like Andromeda. I would definitely like to see a second game of this with like... Because it has interesting plot hooks for the next game. I think it could be very good. I really hope it doesn't make the mistake of the second game needs to be bigger, because it doesn't.
If anything, the second game needs to be shorter and more focused and good.
If it's going to be the same length, then at least have it be more like New Vegas in terms of quest design.
So that's the thing is it's also very, very linear. It's a very linear game.
But I don't want to do too much discussion here when we got other things when we can do it another time. My other takeaway is that I really liked the opening of Tyranny, like from what I played of it, because it's like, hey, here are all the choices that lead up to the start of the game, and it was
See, that's the
nice,
thing is that
because I already get the sense. I already get the sense that I haven't finished yet. I already get the sense that there's a lot of variation in what I can do, because it's like, hey, which one of the supervillains' armies are you in? Are you in the refined professional one, or like the Horde army? And it's like, okay, this battle, what did you do? And then it's like, in the very first scene, the person who comes up to you, it's different depending which sub-faction I picked. Hey, I remember you from this battle. You've got a real reputation for this or that, and it's like, it's good. I liked it. It was it showed very clear reflection of my dialogue choices immediately. The Outer Worlds feels definitely more like, it feels segmented and broken up, and it feels like my choices don't really carry on. Like, I never really asked, as much as I like all of the factions at the end, because I was helping them, they showed up at the end to help me out. I really feel like there was no part where it's like, I'm gonna need you in a final fight. They just kind of show up. It feels too disjointed.
There's kind of like, hey, I heard the game was over and we didn't do anything yet.
And I like that they show up. It's fun. It's good. It shows that the factions are actually listening to me and respect me. It's good. It's better than Fallout 4, where it's like, oh, all these factions like you? Well, oh yeah, shit, we did that way too easily. Now, just pick a side and wipe out the other two.
But yeah, here's another thing that I want to say about Tyranny is that, like, so you haven't you only played like the very opening of it, so you don't know this, but like those choices you make in the beginning, like, actually like significantly impact like what you can do over the course of the game.
I think
in terms of story.
I've heard it's sorry.
No, I was done. That was the whole point.
I've heard it's stuff like sometimes even it's like, you know, like if you're trying to be forgiving but you have a ruthless background, people will be like, no, it's probably a trap. Like,
yeah,
that's
like,
bullshit.
If you like lie and betray, and if you like lie and trick the rebels a bunch during your campaign, not rebels at that point, but like the tiers during your campaign, and then like during the game you try to be like this forgiving, like, no, I'm not gonna harm. People are gonna be like, no, you're full of shit. We know what you do.
Yeah. Like, again, and also, it's the fact that it's a shorter game, so instead of having to keep making new sections of it, you can really focus on, okay, these are the choices, how does this branch, how does this interact with each other?
I mean, I haven't played much of Tyranny, but my favorite part that I've read is that if you respond to many things with ... you become known for never speaking to people.
Oh no, perfect. Yeah, that's the thing. This isn't like a spoiler thing, but it's like, yes, at the end of the game, there's an opportunity to just explain, like, oh no, you have like options to explain why you're constantly fucking silent.
That's perfect.
Like, and then like if you explain it with like, well, actually, I do it so that because if I let them talk more, they'll reveal more of like their plans and weaknesses, and then I can exploit that. And it'll just be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, huh?
But yeah, they literally call it how many times you pick the ... option. Just
yeah,
standing.
And again, if the game was a lot shorter here, I have no doubt, like, again, Tyranny's an Obsidian game. I have no doubt that if this game was shorter, they could have refined it a lot more.
Or get farther in it.
I would wholeheartedly recommend Tyranny. It's such a good game.
I'm probably gonna finish off New Vegas, and then Tyranny's probably gonna be next on my list. So all Obsidian games, still all in the family.
But on that note, I need to go commit sleep. I got
Good night.
work tomorrow morning. Good night.
Good night.
And with that, I'm gonna end the stream. I hope you all enjoyed. I know there's not many people watching us. I'm not gonna delude myself, but if you enjoyed sticking along with it, if it made you happy, then I'm glad.
Look, none of you donated bits, so I don't care.
Well, we got 35,000 bits in the game.
I can't buy Gamer Girl bathwater with that.
I got you, fam.
Okay, we have to cut the footage.